contemporary ones. It's not good versus evil. The city of Flotsam, for example, they're having issues of they're digging deeper and deeper into this ancient forest, and it's fighting back. And so there's a lot of environmentalism, racism, things like that plague our world. That are a lot of parallels, and actually made, I think, Sapkowski's novels very successful.
Know each other rather well. I actually took The Witcher by surprise.
That's a spoiler. It won't actually be blamed in the final game. We're basically at the start of Act 1. There's a prologue that goes on before this that ties in The Witcher 1 to the events of the sequel.
The stupid and suicidal by land. Would you read?
All in one piece there?
And this may seem like a slight change, but because of the original engine, we had limitations in making dynamic dialogue sequences. So in this case, we have characters who can enter dialogue from externally. It just makes it a lot easier for us to present really cinematic story sequences in the dialogue.
Yeah, the prophet sounds especially.
So this guard told us about an execution that's happening of a bard and a dwarf. Those familiar with The Witcher might actually realize that the bard may be our friend Dandelion. But either way, we'll go investigate. The new engine, in addition to obviously looking quite nice, also allows us to create a more living, breathable world. So all of these characters have their own names, their own stories. They don't run on scripted routines. They basically just go about their lives independent of us. Another change in the engine, obviously, in addition to being able to create these vast expanses up and down, it does look nice.
There we go. Okay, sorry.
No worries. One of the biggest complaints, and again, a constraint of the original engine, was that we had load times that, you go into a building and you'd be like, please, I don't want to open that door because it would queue another 45-second load time and have trouble. Here, we can just move from one area to the next, which, for fans of the original Witcher, is definitely going to be a welcome addition. Sure enough, it's our good friend Dandelion who's asked we've saved more than once through the books, through the games. Alright, let's go see what we can do to stop this. I don't know why that guy's wearing underpants, but that's okay. Poor guy.
Get off! Over here! Help!
Step back, white one. What are they going to hang for? They don't look dangerous.
The executioner announced it. Espionage in collusion with the Scoia'tael. Why the interest? You're awful curious and strangers. You know them
Really well.
Yeah, I know we have
Dandelion's
all of the dialogue is
This is a
totally
mistake.
placeholder.
that one's hanging for debauchery.
The spelling needs to.
What? The bard hangs for debauchery. So says the sentence.
Okay, so choices and consequences are one of the kind of main themes of The Witcher. So depending on the choices you make, the game will play out in different ways, and a lot of times you won't know the effects of your decision until hours later in the game. In this case, it's a more immediate reaction. These may seem like pretty similar responses, however the tone is different. In one case, if we make the decision, our friend Vernon Roche will help. We know this in advance because we developed the game and know this. The player won't necessarily know that. However, we know that the other one will get the townspeople actually on our side. So not only will they help us in this situation, but because they will be on our side, our reputation with them will increase. They may be more likely to help us in the future. It may open up new quest paths. It may open up new dialogue.
Are you joking? This is the great kingdom of Temeria, Nilfgaard.
Piss off, freak, or you'll have me to deal with. Think of the common folk, you're spoiling their fun. A freak he may be, but he speaks true. Debauchery is one of my favourite pastimes, and I'm proud of it.
The soldier boy has paid us a visit or two, though we didn't have much fun.
Away with you, Margot. Go back to your brothel.
And to go. Care to know why I have no fun, people? Not for lack of trying.
Case in point.
Stop the execution.
Shut your trap. The singer's to hang and hang he will. This is a decent town. Whores and witches notwithstanding. Watch your words. I don't know witches, but Margot's a decent woman.
Listen up, people. Soldier boy here. His balls are rotting.
Shoot it, Margot, or I'll shoot it for you.
You wouldn't hit a lady.
You're no lady.
There we go.
So here you're gonna see very placeholder, the fist fighting sequence. So this is totally placeholder and will be far different, much nicer in the future. However, the fist fighting mini game, I guess, in the original game was more of a diversion and it wasn't a big factor in gameplay. However, now in the sequel, we'll be using fist fighting as a non-lethal means of advancing the story. So if you don't want to kill somebody, you can potentially advance just by getting to the fight. So let's go see if we can stop this hanging. Again. There we go. So obviously with all the commotion, we'll see the law will find its way over here and try and clear things up.
What the arse fuck's going on here? I'd like to report. Oh, my sight, over. A few ploughing bandits and you can't even hang them. And just stay calm. Hands off your sword. Our scaffold is for speeches and hangings. I take it you wish to make an announcement. You have no right to hang. Really? Interesting, because I'm the law enforcer. I take issue with that. Well. Blue Stripes. Special Forces, the non-human hunters. As a non-human suspected of collaborating with the Scoia'tael, Zoltan Chive falls under my jurisdiction. And Dandelion, what's he accused of? He burned down a watchtower. Where's your jurisdiction? I think so. Is that true? Tough part. I'd rather give you a thief. Relax. I'm joking. We could put on another show. Bloody and serious this time, mind you. We can come to an understanding. Meaning? Listen here! Some have heard the rumours of the tragic events that transpired during the siege of La Valette Castle. King Foltest is dead. Also confirmed are the rumours of Scoia'tael participation in this heinous murder. That is why today, wagons with armament will roll out in Flotsam streets. I hereby declare a state of emergency. Await orders. Prepare to fight. And ready yourself to avenge your fallen king. And now disperse. Go to your homes.
Alright. Well, that's a show. Now let's move on to the next one.
So we'll jump ahead. In this dialogue that Tomek's skipping, this guy basically tells us about a monster that's plaguing the region. Again, I mentioned this is at the very start of Act 1. From here, as a mercenary monster slayer, it's going to be our job, obviously, to figure out what this monster is. And throughout the act, we'll be finding hints, how to defeat it, we'll learn more about it. We're just going to load up the game again, and we'll actually hop right to the end of the act. At this point, throughout the act, we've learned